I think we started.
It's on Twitch and everything?
No, it's not on Twitch. It's just being...
Okay.
Alright, here we go. Steven versus Elliot. Game 1.
Although it is on blind pick, we are expecting an Oranos versus Zeus game, so
fuck you.
Be prepared for that.
We all know it's Oranos versus Zeus.
No.
Yeah, we do.
Now we do.
Alright. I'm hoping to see out of both players, since it's Marsh especially. We're hoping for some early aggression from our Zeus player. Hoping he takes like these early town centers. Maybe this one's more aggressive. I hope he takes that one before that one. And I'm hoping to see some raids from our Oranos player. One player already complaining of lag, probably to use that as an excuse later on so he can blame it.
Yeah, that would be expected.
I think he's researching hunting dogs, but we can't check.
Elliot's strategy of taking a lot of early town centers is very well countered by Oranos' god power, or not god power, but his original ability is he is able to see all town centers on the map, so that could come into play later.
We're seeing hunting dogs being researched, and so that means if I can see it here, then I should be able to see it on the Zeus granary, and I'm not seeing it.
Okay, he's now.
Has he already researched it? No.
No, he's making it now, as you can see.
Oh, okay. That is late. That's a minute late. That's actually really going to cost him. Steven already able to recognize which of the 3 town centers on his minimap is Elliot's, and he's going to send the scout here to see this hunting.
Yeah, the Oracle able to very easily
by the time he hits the classical, I bet he's going to expend all this hunting, so raiding it's not even going to be a thing. This is why I like Elliot being able to secure this town center. It's going to allow him to access this hunt, and whenever he's raided, he can just easily retreat the villagers. And he can just have his army. And he can just hold his army in the middle.
Yes,
and if he ever tries to go straight to his base, he's going to have to pass through it. If he ever tries to attack this hunt, he's going to have to pass through his army. I think this is a nice location here for him to hold. Let's look at the relics that we've got so far spawned. Wow! We've got this...
Attack of hoplites, that's going to be very useful.
This is a strong... I think this map is a strong relic spawn, yeah.
That is very good.
Yeah, if he picks that up, that would be really impactful.
A lot of Elliot's early fighting is based on hoplites, so...
We have 2 really impactful relics here. Villagers farm faster, that's going to be nice for the Atlantean player.
So go over the Atlantean sign war. See what he has right outside of the base.
He's got his house. He does have a lot of herdables, so he can always retreat off the sun. What I'm kind of disappointed in is he didn't scout around his town center here, so he doesn't know if there's hunt really close to his base. Like there could be hunt right behind this town center, really secured, and he wouldn't know about it.
Yeah, that's very true.
Oh, but he does have these 2 water buffalo here.
Yeah, those will be 400 meat each. Those will definitely secure him for a little bit after the hunt. But after that, is going. If Elliot chooses to play like a longer game, which he probably will going for the Colossus, then he's going to have to scout out for extra food.
And the Marsh is a really strong Egypt and Greek map because objectives are so important. You can see how many resources, how many gold mines are in the center, how much food, how much.
A little bit of taunting coming out from both sides.
Actually, what do you think of this strategy? Elliot's going for his large gold mine before the gold mine that spawned in his base.
So he's going to be going out.
Also doing these pigs really early. He's not going for his water buffalo. It looks like he wants to advance fast. He doesn't want his villagers to use this walking distance. He's trying to go for like a rush here, it looks like.
That does seem to be the case. And also having
he's already
the
putting down a temple 320. This looks like a rush coming out.
Yes.
This could be interesting if he executes it well.
How's he looking on those other town centers? Does he look like he's going to be settling those soon?
He can't do that until he's advanced, you idiot.
No, are you kidding me?
I actually really like how he's doing this outside of his town center mine, so then if he ever has to retreat, he can just use this really safe one instead of doing this safe one. Then when it runs out, he has to go to this really risky mine here. Is he going to be advancing soon?
Is he going to be putting anyone on prayer anytime soon?
Both have hunting dogs, right? Yeah, I'd always have at least one on the temple, just so you can build heroes. Heroes have a favorite cost.
Yeah, Elliot, very well known for not building as many heroes. He is much more a fan of either the Hoplite or the Colossus. Both will work well for him. We'll see if that'll...
No, they won't.
We'll see if that will work against Steven's birds.
But what if because Steven's going to get his Valor heroes up, and what if he just takes both of these relics? I I mean, these relics are really strong, especially. Oh, and we have a third relic now, too. Human soldiers more resistant to all pierce attacks. Yeah, these relics are really game-changing on this map right now. There's gonna be a fourth relic somewhere. Can you see a fourth white dot? I only see 3, so never mind. He's going through Hermes. That's actually something special. Typically, he goes through Athena. Hermes will give him the ceasefire and the centaurs.
Oh yeah, the centaurs.
So he can execute centaur rating on this.
Yeah, this will give him a lot more early centaur rating.
Steven is yet to advance, but that's not a problem because he's not. I don't think he's trying to rush. The later you advance, the more economically sound you'll be. Does he not have hunting dogs? Oh wait, no, never mind. Of course, yeah, he has hunting dogs for his villagers. What is it here? Yeah, he's nearly done advancing. Steven is still yet to advance. Is he also not producing villagers? What is he doing?
He has. Yeah,
he's already cracking open these pigs. Does he not see this water buffalo here? Where did his second water buffalo go? Alright, only now he's going through Prometheus.
A little late. It does appear that Elliot has advanced, and
yeah, 5:30 is pretty late, but
we will be seeing him doing some stuff in his base now.
Yeah, Elliot's already moving on to the sun. He's probably going to want to get this settlement really fast. And seeing as Steven still hasn't advanced, I think if he knew this, he would just pick up the settlement, not even build any barracks right now. He'd just go straight for the settlement. He's pop capped.
Pushing out farther is going to be very important, especially considering he has that Hunso nearby that's going to be so helpful.
Yeah, he's pop capped right now. I don't know.
Oh,
he doesn't see this. That's unfortunate.
That is a slight mistake from him. He will be missing out on a lot of those villagers.
He's still not okay. Only now he's realizing it. And he's building his houses. He's building them around the sentry tower. That's gonna make it easier to defend, but it's like
very unlikely that I'll actually come into play. But we will see.
Wow, do you think Elliot's gonna roll him?
I don't know.
Yeah, now we see a classical through Prometheus. He's gonna put down two military barracks. Wow, he's only gonna be able to produce Marmillo. He can only produce the infantry. Is he not gonna drop a counter barracks too for his Terma? He's building two more mariners. This is weird. What do you think about this? I don't know. Oh, we see our fourth relic too. House hit points.
Yeah, not gonna be that much. That could be important for Elliot on the tower defense, considering the tower is being defended by.
Yeah, Elliot's producing a lot of military already. Centaur. I'd like to see them get the Centaur pole mark upgrade. It allows them to one-shot villagers with their special. Because right now in their unupgraded state, they basically like do 2/3 of damage.
Looks like there might be a slight skirmish here between Zeus Mythuna and the Centaurs, but it seems Elliot just feels the need to ignore it. There's no reason for him to engage in this. It can't catch up. He can just continue with this raid and try to get something out of it. And killing those villagers are so important because
he's retreated his gold mine villagers already.
Great counterplay. That scouting must have really helped that.
He's gonna use Valor now, and it's gonna catch this villager too, which is nice. Yeah, he's gonna push him off. There's no way he can fight this. I'd like to see him do something cheeky, or at least somewhat fortified, like put a house around this tower, maybe drop a wall, because retreating his gold mine villagers, even for just the 5-10 seconds that was, it does add up. It can. Yeah. We've got some idle hoplites. He only has one barrack, so he's not actually looking to rush.
Yeah.
He also hasn't produced any heroes yet, an Odysseus or anything. Neither player is picking up the really strong relics on this map that we talked about so much.
They might not realize how.
Do we have any eco-ops? Yeah, he's got hand axe and pickaxe, so maybe he's looking to put up a more stronger late classical. Oh
like
wow! Steven, if he's found this, let's see if he goes back for it. If he found this hunt, that could really hurt. Just the hunt villagers retreating all the way back to the town center.
Yeah, Elliot may have to pay for his aggressions if Steven is able to get these.
Oh yeah, his Marmellos are all gonna die here. The Centaur are too strong. He's gonna take the hoplites, but I mean he's gonna lose all his Marmellos, and he's only gonna take like 3 hoplites.
Yeah, Steven seems to not be able to be aware of the power the Centaurs actually have. He does have a second.
He should have sent these Marmellos alone, because the Promethean's really slowing them down. He could have actually turned the tides of this, I think, had he removed the Promethean and had the Marmellos one on their own. He can push this actually with all these hoplites.
It looks like the villages are going to be able to be protected by Elliot's fast reaction from the hoplites, which is Very well played.
Oh, that's a game changer.
That is big.
I think if he targets these heroes right and kills the centaur, he could have a chance at this, especially with the Promethean, because Elliot doesn't have any heroes up, he doesn't have any counters. And this fight could be big if he's able to, if Steven's able to push our Zeus player off of the hunt.
Yeah, so that really will make him pay for.
The Promethean's gonna be the decider in this. Shout out to Dominic for recognizing how strong they are. It looks like the Zeus player is gonna come across.
But many of his units have been very hurt. Unless you can find a way to heal those up. It's not
I mean,
they're not gonna be that useful in future engagements.
I don't like how both players are only producing one military unit. It's just all infantry. I don't think that's smart. He's gonna accidentally descend in another Ramillo here. Only now does he have a counter barracks to produce termite, and he's sending in 4 villagers. I wonder what he's trying to accomplish with them. And now he's pulling them back. He's already got. Oh wow, he has a second town center. Or does he not see this deer? This is really
looks like he does not. That will be a very problem. He will complain about not seeing the animals.
This town center has sight of them.
A little trash talk will come out because of that, but
he's gonna get this boar, and it doesn't like Elliot. It doesn't look like, or if Elliot pushes.
However, these are very aggressive villagers with little defense. So if Elliot were to find these, he would be in deep trouble. It would be much better if he were to find.
He has a second town center, but he's not producing any villagers out of it. That's not. Like, what's the purpose of having a second town center if you're not going to use it? Besides the population. And he's not even close to pop cap either. He's not close to pop cap.
Those arrows from the town center can do work on the
Yeah, but no, he should be producing villagers.
Without much siege.
Elliot also has a second town center. Is he not producing villagers either? What is happening? Only now is he getting out his first hero, 11 minutes.
Jason will be coming out onto the field around now.
But he has Toxotes now too, so that's gonna work really nice against some Ramillos. But Steven has the counter archer, the Terma. Oh, he does have Odysseus. If only he knew that Steven was gathering this boar right here, that could be game changing.
Yeah, that would be a big loss for Steven to get that. Especially considering Steven was unable to push him off of the granary earlier.
There's so much hunt on this map, and Elliot's definitely making the most out of it.
Yes.
But if Steven gets pushed off of this,
Steven does seem to be falling behind greatly in food, which it'll prove a problem.
He's gonna lose 4 more Murmillo here. This is unfortunate.
I feel like this game is coming a lot down to the resource management, and Steven is he's not able to pick up, his scouting in the beginning was a little bit lackluster, and because he couldn't find those deers, he was forced to do something aggressive, and ultimately is about to
they're all gonna converge on this location now. I think Steven should retreat.
With a few idle villagers.
He's gonna lose all these Murmillo, he's gonna lose all the Terma, and he's only gonna get maybe an Odysseus. I don't think he's gonna lose any villagers, they're too tanky. Actually, with these units AFKing on the villagers, he could actually win this fight. And wow, he could actually win this fight. Elliot's not microing well. He should know that these villagers are good, and he should be fighting here.
Yeah,
he's gonna lose all those troops.
He will lose his Odysseus too, which is very big.
Wow.
That'll make the birds much harder for Steven.
Literally, wow.
Odysseus is now retreating, but
sacking all these units to the town center fire. What are they doing?
A little bit of poor micro coming out from Elliot, I would say. But Odysseus may be able to make it away.
I'd like to see Elliot recognize. Oh shoot! He's just got so many idols. Like if he uses those, he could secure so much map control.
Steven seems to have fallen behind into this ambush.
He's gonna lose
the hoplites.
All those Terma.
Yes.
These AFK Murmillo. This is such a cheeky spot to be gathering from. Yeah. I don't even think he needs the 4 hoplites to be defending. Oh, now he's gonna.
It is very interesting. I feel like Steven has not come in that area at all, really.
Where is Steven sending the citizens?
He seems to be looking to scout out for more food. It's very unfortunate. Has he not seen the gazelle yet?
He's got 2 hippo here.
He's missing them. Okay, he has seen and gotten the deer.
Where is he sending these guys? Why?
Oh, the village scissors might actually be the one.
If he's trying to find this boar, that would be unfortunate, seeing as Elliot has these hoplite armed and ready.
Yeah, very interesting, considering the hoplites are all damaged from that fight much earlier in the game, but it's not going to really matter as the villagers are.
Yeah, these villagers could actually take the hoplite. Yeah, I don't think he realized. how low the hoplite are and how strong villagers are. Look at their stats. 8 attack, 160 health. These are just their basic stats.
It seems
9
to be
attack,
lacking in micro
120.
extremely. He doesn't seem to realize he is going to lose another.
Yeah, if he loses, yeah, this is a lot. Each Atlantean villager is like worth 3 Greek villagers. This is a lot. This is looking bad. Oh, and now
yes,
this
and now
raid
you're
too.
Elliot has done a great job of flushing out food while managing to get plenty
Yeah, he's
of his
gonna
own.
push him off of all this hunt. He's just gonna call GG now. That's it. That's the game. That was unfortunate. This is objective-based gaming at its finest. Marsh in a nutshell. He who controls the middle controls the game.
You let a girl.
That's very true. Yeah, this entire game was dictated by who had the most food, and it was Elliot the entire time. He was able to get these spots up here and by the river, and it was just very easy for him to get food.
They're asking for another game, but another map now. He doesn't like his odds on Marsh. I think an Atlantean player can contend on an objective map like Marsh. It's just more difficult. Like, yeah, look at this. Look at this, right at the end of the game here. Do you see this? All the Vermillo finding these villagers. Like, had he done that earlier, I would have just been something.
I think if Steven definitely did more militaristic scouting, he would have found some of these more, like, risky spots of Elliot, but because Steven wasn't doing these military endeavors...
I feel like Elliot a lot of times had a lot of idols, too, and he could have pushed with it and taken, like, maybe these barracks. These are pretty exposed barracks. Or even this town center, just because hoplites do so much damage. He definitely had the military might if we look at the post-game. We can capture a glimpse of that. Military units. Yeah, Elliot was almost always ahead, especially over here. He could have just taken buildings. Civilians, keep in mind the Atlantean civilians are like 3 times better, so this is like really like 60. OptimisticSeal did a nice job keeping up economically then, I bet. Yeah, look at that. They were doing really well, and just at the end when he started pushing him off of his resources, this is where the game came to a close. Alright, that's the end of game 1, lads.